We're born alone, we live alone, we die alone. Only through our love and friendship can we create the illusion for the moment that we're not alone. If you want a happy ending, that depends, of course, on where you stop your story. I have an unfortunate personality. Create your own visual style, let it be unique for yourself and yet identifiable for others. Ask not what you can do for your country, ask what's for lunch. If there hadn't been women, we'd still be squatting in a cave eating raw meat, because we made civilization in order to impress our girlfriends. The enemy of society is middle class and the enemy of life is middle age. My doctor told me to stop having intimate dinners for 4, unless there are 3 other people. Nobody gets justice. People only get good luck or bad luck. The notion of directing a film is the invention of critics. The whole eloquence of cinema is achieved in the editing room. A film is never really good unless the camera is an eye in the head of a poet. The enemy of art is the absence of limitations. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Orson Welles. I am an actor. I am a writer. I am a producer. I am a director. I am a magician. I appear on stage and on the radio. Why are there so many of me and so few of you? I hate television. I hate it as much as peanuts, but I can't stop eating peanuts. I prefer the old masters, by which I mean John Ford, and John Ford. Race hate isn't human nature. Race hate is the abandonment of human nature. Everything about me is a contradiction, and so is everything about everybody else. We are made out of oppositions. We live between 2 poles. There's a Philistine and an aesthete in all of us, and a murderer and a saint. You don't reconcile the poles, you just recognize them. Popularity should be no scale for the election of politicians. If it would depend on popularity, Donald Duck and the Muppets would take seats in Senate. The classy gangster is a Hollywood invention. On my tombstone, I want written, he never did love boat. I hate Woody Allen physically. I dislike that kind of man. My mother and father were both much more remarkable than any story of mine can make them. They seem to me just mythically wonderful. I started at the top and worked my way down. When you are down and out, something always turns up, and it is usually the noses of your friends. When people accept breaking the law as normal, something happens to the whole society. I don't say we all ought to misbehave, but we ought to look as if we could. Now, we sit through Shakespeare in order to recognize the quotations. Only very intelligent people don't wish they were in politics, and I'm dumb enough to want to be in there. I have always been more interested in experiment than in accomplishment. I want to give the audience a hint of a scene, no more than that. Give them too much, and they won't contribute anything themselves. Give them just a suggestion and you get them working with you. That's what gives the theater meaning when it becomes a social act. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel. 98 Seconds Quotes.